Hey everyone, how's it going? So I got that '06 Ford Focus just about ready to pull the motor and tranny out as an assembly. Let me show you what I got. Now I wasn't going to go over this whole thing on how to rip it apart. Obviously got the nose off. You can't take the bumper support out, but basically I got the motor unbolted over here, so this whole end slides, and it's basically just held in with the fact that that's on top of the frame and this tranny mount. Once I take that one nut out, that whole thing will come free. But I got to lower that down, and I got to take that actual bracket off the transmission. Then what has to happen is I got to bring the whole thing forward because the exhaust has to clear the tunnel. The way they do it is kind of stupid. They actually have two bolts coming in this way, and then a section of flex pipe, and then the flex pipe goes into the rest of the exhaust, and it's got two bolts going in that way. So I was able to take those two bolts out, but try to get the two bolts out that go in the opposite way up here is near impossible without dropping a cradle. If I dropped the cradle, I could probably do it, but I'm not about to drop the cradle. So anyway, what I wanted to show you is this. I actually forgot all about this until just now, me taking it apart. The air baffle. This thing, air muffler, whatever you want to call it. That's not what this is. This mounts up in here. And a lot of people would think, oh, that's the air muffler or air baffle, whatever. Nope. This is the actual air filter. Yep, you heard that right. This whole assembly, this non-serviceable assembly, is the air filter. Ford decided to use a for life air filter. Why? I have no clue. Why would you use a for life air filter? It's supposed to last the life of the car. You don't think at any point in time it's going to get plugged up, especially if you live in dusty areas? What if you live in the Midwest where there's a lot of dust? That thing gets plugged up after a while. You know how much a new one of those is? Dorman makes one. It's $350 for an air filter. But at least on the Dorman unit, it actually has a cartridge so you could slide the filter out. I've never seen one. I've never done one. And I'm just curious, like, do you have to take the bumper cover off to change an air filter? Possible, I guess. So if any of you ever gets one of these and you get an air filter issue or the box cracks or, whatever, so it's actually not filtering, if it was mine, I'd just put a cold air intake on it, even though I hate cold air intakes. But for $350 for replacement, that's nuts. So, but the vehicle that this motor and tranny is going in, I'm probably going to take this air filter assembly and just stick it in that car, because that other car's got 200 and something thousand miles on it, or maybe even 300. I forgot what it is. The car is really clean, but the motor let go. And I guarantee you, nobody's ever changed the air filter, unless I, of course, take it apart and find out it's got a Dorman air filter in it. I can imagine what a Ford one costs. It's probably the same. I do recall way back when somebody wanting a tune-up on one of these, like when they first came out. I think the person had like 50 or 60,000 miles on it. They wanted a tune-up, and of course, looking for the air filter and looking at the plugs and stuff like that, and the parts store says, "Oh, we don't have a listing for an air filter." This was, the car was, like I said, not that old, and so we wound up calling Ford, and I want to say it was like $400 or $500. I think, I don't recall exactly, but it was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And they're like, hey, but you don't have to change it. There's no reason to. Really? There's no reason to change an air filter? Okay, whatever. But I just thought that it was interesting. You might want to see that. It's just that is just, each manufacturer does something incredibly stupid. This is one of those things that Ford did, just incredibly stupid. Zero service, a for life air filter. Whatever. I don't think they do that on anything else anymore. I think it was just a trial thing on this car, because I don't know of any other vehicle that has this. Oh, whatever. If you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.